Kick a Myco. Exile your island. Exile your creature, they're dead. Yep. Hello everyone, it's your favorite Eldritch Overlord. I'm the Control Guy and I'm back with another video for you guys. Well, last video I did say that we're going to upgrade Eldrazi Control with the new lands, and I hope I can make up on that promise. This deck is a prototype, I will say so, but we are getting there and I think this deck has massive potential. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's jump right in. Alright, so today on the menu we have Eldrazi Control. Eldrazi Control, pretty much my original list of, which was basically just a blue-white / greenish control deck that used Ugin's Labyrinth to get ahead on mana and cast Kozilek's command. Well, now we have so much land support for this deck that the deck has kind of evolved again. So look at this. So we have Ugin's Labyrinth and Eldrazi Temple, which are both like 2 mana each for Kozilek's command. And then I don't have enough wildcards, but technically we also have Ancient Tomb, which just adds 2 mana. Now the thing with Ancient Tomb is that in a control deck you don't really like it because it hurts you, right? So if you're against an aggro deck and you have Ancient Tomb, you're just going to keep damaging yourself until you die. I think that's still okay though. I think I definitely want at least a second Ancient Tomb, maybe even a third one in this deck. What you don't see here is Gemstone Caverns. I played around a lot, I had different builds and everything for this deck, and I just didn't like Gemstone Caverns. I thought Gemstone Caverns might save Timeless, but honestly, I'm not too sure anymore because, again, too many things have to go right. You have to be on the draw and have it in your opening hand. It's worse than a ley line. It has to be a ley line where it's in your opening hand, and you have to be on the draw. So if you're on the play, it's just a colorless legendary land that does nothing. Obviously, it can lead to some crazy starts, but oftentimes it doesn't do that. So that's why no more Gemstone Caverns in this deck. As you can see, all of this is now colorless. This is basically a colorless deck utilizing splashing colors for mana drain and removal. Now the question is, do you actually want removal? Now this is because this is my current roadblock, I will say right off the bat. I have a version of this deck that completely skips the white mana and is just Simic. It uses, let me show you. This version of the deck is still a little outdated because I still have the gemstone in here, but look at this. No white mana, no Wrath of the Skies, no Source Plowshares, no Static Prison. Instead, we use Ugin's Binding as a removal spell, and then later in the game, if you evoke a Nulldrifter or cast a big spell, this will act as a pseudo board wipe and just bounce everything back to your opponent's hand. I've had a little bit of success with this deck. However, this deck, no 1-drops means that you are dying to aggro. This deck is just really bad against aggro. So let's go back to the other list that I have. Back to the list that we're going to be playing today. So we're still playing a couple of white spells. We're playing 2 Swords, 1 Static Prison, and 2 Wrath of the Skies. You're not always going to be able to cast this. You're really not. Like, you're not always going to have double white, especially with so many colorless sources. You're really not going to have this very often. I think that's okay, though. I will say, however, maybe I should change the numbers a tiny bit. I should do 2 of these, 3 of these. But yeah, the white spells, it's rough. It's hard to find, it's hard to cast them sometimes, but that's okay. We substituted them though, because now we play Warping Wail, which is now on Arena as well. I don't know if this was already on Arena or if they just added it, but Warping Wail is a colorless and 1. Exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less. That's a lot of relevant creatures. That's Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, Ajani's Token, Ragavan, Bowmaster, Tamiyo has less than 1 power. There's so many creatures that are relevant that get exiled by Warping Wail, so that's good. Counter target sorcery spell. If you start the game with an Ugin's Lab or even an Ancient Tomb, you can counter Thoughtseize, you can counter a spell like Show and Tell, Stock Up, all these sorcery spells. Technically you can counter board wipes as well, even though this deck doesn't really care about board wipes, but yeah, you can counter all sorts of sorcery spells, which is very good. And then obviously you have the third mode, which is never irrelevant. Create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token with sacrifice the creature, add 1 gray. This, you just hold up, end step they did nothing, you ramp. It's literally just ramp. It's just ramp 1, and that's it. Really good. Honestly, I think this card is pretty good. It's not amazing. It's no mana drain, obviously, when it comes to counterspell. It's not a great counterspell. It's not a great removal spell. It's not a great ramp spell, but the fact that it does all three together is really good at instant speed. We'll take that. And then yeah, we have Crucible of Worlds. As I alluded to last video, Crucible of Worlds is just for the Strip Mine lock, because Strip Mine obviously sacrifices land, destroy target land. Crucible of Worlds, you may play the lands from the graveyard, so every turn you can play a Strip Mine and just have your opponent completely locked out of the game. Yeah, other than that, this is just Eldrazi control. We have some silver bullets in here. We have Ugin the Spirit Dragon as a board wipe, because unfortunately All Is Dust is not an arena. If All Is Dust was an arena, we would not need white in our deck, because white is only in here for board wipes. Then we have Platinum Angel. Timeless, interestingly enough, cannot beat Platinum Angel, really, at the moment. The only deck that can kill Platinum Angel is Boros Energy with Galvanic Discharge, or Source of Plowshares, or obviously Control with Source of Plowshares. But many decks, surprisingly, can't actually beat a Platinum Angel. It's a 7-drop, so Fatal Push doesn't get it. It has 4 toughness, so Lightning Bolt doesn't get it. And if you just have a Platinum Angel in play, you literally just can't lose the games. Show and Tell can't beat Platinum Angel at the moment, not that I am aware of. They might have a weird way to beat it in the sideboard, but it will definitely like make them go, huh? At first, because if you put in a Platinum Angel off their Show and Tell, they might just realize, wait, I can't actually win the game. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then obviously this deck is literally built around Ugin, Eye of the Storms. This card is insane. You plus him twice, you ultimate him, and you grab every single colorless card in your deck and cast it, which is just ridiculous. Ulamog the Defiler oversee our kill condition of choice. And yeah, that's literally it. Yeah, this is literally just a deck that's glued together by Kozilek's command, but now you have a secondary colorless instant spell that actually is pretty good in Warping Wail. So basically, the idea is you play your lands that can also produce blue or colorless, then you can hold up mana drain or cast one of your colorless enablers. Then in the late game you have like millions of mana, and you can just go off. You can just cast all these. You can cast hard cast Nulldrifters to make it to like have really good threats. You can cast Ugins, which just win you the game, and then you can cast Ulamog eventually and just kill your opponent. So yeah, and then Eldrazi Temple actually helps you really well in like with this deck, because simply because of this one piece of text where it's a kindred instant Eldrazi. That makes Kozilek's command an Eldrazi spell, even though it's an instant, not a creature. So Eldrazi Temple says spend this mana, add 2 mana, or spend this mana only to cast colorless Eldrazi spells. Yeah, this is a colorless Eldrazi spell. And so is this, by the way, because it's devoid. It's also colorless, so yeah. Pretty cool stuff. Eldrazi Temple, just a soul land, just an extra Ugin's Labyrinth that doesn't need you to exile stuff. Obviously, it can't cast Warping Wail, because Warping Wail actually is not a kindred. It's not a tribal instant, right? But it can cast Kozilek's command. So yeah, you just try to get a mana advantage and just bury your opponent in stuff. And obviously, Sowing Mycospawn is a card with Strip Mine. For anyone who somehow doesn't know how Sowing Mycospawn works, when you cast this spell, search your library for a land card. If it was kicked, exile target land and opponent. Exile target land straight up. So yeah, you just kick this for 6 mana, which is not very hard to do when you have literal lands that add 2 mana, 2 colorless mana. You just kick it on turn 3 or sometimes even turn 2. And then you just exile their land and search your library for a Strip Mine, so you basically destroy 2 of your opponent's lands and made a 3/3, and you're at 6 mana, so your opponent will just lose if you do that. So yeah. How do you get a turn 2 Sowing Mycospawn? Is that even possible with this deck? You have to lead on Ugin's Labyrinth, then on their M step you Warping Wail. No, it's not possible, right? I don't think a turn 2 is possible without Gemstone Caverns, but you can pretty consistently turn 3 kick a Sowing Mycospawn. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. It's just colorless bombs in a control shell. The only reason we're still control and not just straight up Eldrazi is because we still play counter spells and removal spells. We want to stall the game till the late game and then go off with a bunch of mana. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, we have Karn the Great Creator in the deck because we're a colorless deck, so we might as well have some colorless win conditions. He can go to the sideboard and get some answers like Tormod Crypt for graveyard decks, Haywire Might for, I don't know, opposing artifacts, Pithing Needle for activated abilities, Vexing Baubles for show and tell, Liquimetal Coating to blow up opponent's lands by making them artifacts and then using his plus to turn the artifact lands into creatures, which will be 0/0s, which then die. Cityscape Leveler just as a threat, a removal spell, and a card that you can pitch Ugin's Labyrinth. That's the reason why we're playing Cityscape Leveler. And then Chalice of the Void. That's literally just a lock piece to make your opponent not be able to cast 1 or 2 drops depending on what you feel like chalicing. Oftentimes you're going to chalice on 1, but yeah. That being said, this deck is pretty sweet. Still a work in progress. I still need to craft more Ancient Tombs. I still need to figure out if I actually like the white splash or not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like if I was just Simic, the mana would be more consistent. But sometimes I feel like if I just had Souls of Plowshares or access to Souls of Plowshares, I'd be doing better. But anyway, let's get right into the game, shall we? There's been a ranked reset, so I'm shamelessly playing in silver. It is what it is. Okay, this is actually... And I actually can't beat the allegations anymore. I'm playing in silver. That's just shameless at this point, right? Opponent goes first. We have Cavern of Souls, Yavimaya. No acceleration, no access to the third land. If we never draw the third land, our hand does literal nothing. I think I'll mulligan once. Yeah, this hand is better, right? Because we can at least sort something. We have 3 mana. We can hold up a counterspell. Yeah, I like this hand more. I think I'm going to put away this, though. And then start with the Adarkar Wastes. Start with Adarkar Wastes. That way we can sort something, but then turn 2 we can also mana drain something. They're probably going to fetch a Surveil land if I had to guess. Oh, no Surveil land, interesting. Dragon Rage's Chandler. They'd have the Bauble. Of course they do. I'm going to kill the Chandler now. Why not? We do not have fetch lands in our deck, so they're just going to see our top card and there's nothing we can do about it. But that's fine. Again, look at the top card of my library. What did they see? They saw an Ugin's Labyrinth. That's okay. Alright, let's play Yavimaya Coast. We could have played Island to take 1 less damage from our mana drain, but that's fine. A little scary that we have both our basics, by the way. If they do attack our lands some way, that might be bad for us. They're playing Temur, which is interesting, and they don't have Surveil lands. No play from my opponent, that's fine. I'm going to play an island. We're just waiting here. We're the slow deck, we can just wait. We can mana drain something and then see where that goes. Oh, they do have Surveil lands. Why did they get a fetched breeding pool then? Why get a fetched breeding pool if you have Surveil lands? Doesn't make any sense. Just a Ragavan? Sure. I have to assume they have something else here. They'd have something else, right? I can Kozilek command this Ragavan, and I think I will. Let them try and counter that. I'm going to make a 1/1, not 1/1, I'm going to make a 0/1 that I can add a mana, and then I'm going to kill Ragavan. See if they want to counter this. If they counter it, I get a 1 ring. If they don't counter it, I technically still get a 1 ring, so... Okay, I'm happy with that. Don't have to deal with Ragavan. My turn. Warping Wail is good. I'm not going to play this Labyrinth yet. I want to stall out the Labyrinth and see if I can draw a 7-drop before I play the Labyrinth. No attacks. We have 2 counterspells available to us. Uro. Do I care about Uro? I guess I can just mana drain it. Don't let them ramp. Now they have only 1 mana untapped. I'm gonna untap into 3 extra mana from this mana drain. That's pretty good for me. Do I keep the Warping Wail or do I ramp with it? That's the question. Okay, I'm gonna obviously ramp with it now because I just get to do this. They waste a spell. I draw nothing, but that's fine. I have... I'm gonna use the white source to play the 1 ring. They're tapped out, so I just get to ring here. Pretty nice. Oh, look. Ulamog the Defiler. They can bring Uro back, but that's fine. We have the Static Prison now. We have protection from everything, so they can't target us with anything. Pretty cool. Yeah, they're definitely gonna bring Uro back. That's fair enough, but they tap out for this. I wonder if they have a land in hand or not, where they have a land for Uro here. They do. Okay, good for them. What's their play? They have another land? Okay, so now they have a... They basically could have a counter spell. It's a little bit scary, but that's fine. Wrath of the Skies. Okay, Eldrazi Temples. I'll play an Eldrazi Temple. I'll play this. Okay, Uro gone, that's good. I just wanted to kill Uro. I'll attack them for 1. Then if I count my mana real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're at 9 mana next turn for Eldrazi's. We just have to kind of hope they're stumbling. They look like they're playing a fair deck. Like, just a fair Temur deck. If that makes sense. Just, like, Temur Delirium. Just, like, fair stuff. We have an active One Ring. So that's good for us. That's not going to trigger Tamiyo because you already brainstormed this turn. I think he forgot that. I think he forgot that he already triggered Tamiyo this turn, so he actually can't flip Tamiyo yet. Alright, pass turn. Do I give him back Uro? Do I give him a draw? I think I might, because I want to Wrath. I kind of want to Wrath the board. But they also can't have a counter spell. Oh, Swords, that's amazing. No, I don't give him Uro now. Let's draw some cards. Oh, hello. Okay, well, you're about to see something funny. Alright, add 4 mana here. Add some mana here. Kozilek for 4. Like, what could they possibly have, right? They have a green and a blue available. Flare of the Nile. Okay. Oh, I can counter the Flare of the Nile. Lamau. That's actually so sad for them. I can counter... I didn't even realize I drew a mana drain. I can counter the Flare of the Nile. Well, counter that. They're dead. They're so dead. Alright. Okay. I don't even know what I want here. I'm gonna get 3 mana. That's enough to... That's enough to... Do I even... Which Ugin do I want? Do I want... I don't even know which Ugin I want, to be honest. I'll just keep everything, honestly. I think I want this Ugin? I don't even know what I want. Like, we're at the point where I don't even know what I want. Like... We could have big Ugin. I think I want this Ugin, though. Alright, exile your Dragon's Rage Chandler. And our opponent here is realizing probably that they're kind of dead. Like, we have a One Ring, we have Ugin. Like, we're eating good. I could have played Karn this turn, I realized. But no, I need to draw this Ugin, so it's fine, actually. Alright, gain 3. That's... What a turn. They have 2 cards in hand. These cards better be good. These cards better be good here, because, yeah. Unholy Heat for 2? Yeah, that's not gonna cut it, mate. Even if you have another Unholy Heat. Snap Unholy Heat is not enough here. That is not enough here. Yeah, go for it, man. Snap Unholy Heat for 2 mana damage. Yep. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know, man. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, basically, the reason why this deck is so good is because it's Eldrazi Temple is another way to cheat Kozilek, to use Kozilek's command to convert mana that you shouldn't be allowed to use for regular spells into mana you can use for regular spells. Like, Eldrazi Temple adds 2 mana for Eldrazi's. But you can then filter that mana through Kozilek's command by making spawn tokens and use it to cast Ulians, to cast One Rings, whatever. That's the same concept of using mana drain mana, and which you're only supposed to use during that turn, right? You can filter that into spawn tokens with Elder Kozilek's command. That's why Kozilek's command, in my opinion, is so good. I don't know, dude. I just feel like this guy he never stood a chance. Like the Flare of Denial was good, but even if that Flare of Denial resolved, I don't think he would have won this game. It's just damn. Yeah, GG. Okay, we go first. We have Warping Wail available. This one's a weird one, but I think I actually do keep it. I exile Ugin to Ugin's Labyrinth. Let's see. Oh, Misty Rainforest. Okay. Could you be show and tell? What the hell is that? Miller card, exile card from your graveyard. This is like a bad Death Threat Shaman. That's so funny. Do I even want a Warping Wail? I can exile it. Does this matter? It mills him. I think I'd rather ramp with Warping Wail. I think I'd rather ramp. Let's see what we draw. Island. Okay. Cavern on Eldrazi, I guess. Then attack. See if they want to block. Probably not. Like, I don't see how... I guess this is a mana dork. I should have killed this, right? Because it's a mana dork. Good choice. If he wants to trade mana dork for mana dork, I'm actually quite happy, because I was going to exile this thing with Warping Wail anyway. That's why I offered the attack. Because I'm still up on mana, because I'm on 3 mana, he's on 2 after this turn, right? What is he playing? Molt Tender. There's Death Threat Shaman, there's the real one. And a land. Okay. I need to draw something decent. Like a One Ring would be good. A Sowing Mycospawn would be good. That's not very good. Actually, no, that's fine because that lets me Ugin's Lab. I still need to draw something good though. Like I'm not drawing any action. These board wipes aren't looking too hot with no white mana, which is what I was talking about, right? No white mana, so we're 2 land drops away from casting this, which is like, is that even worth it? You know? Oh, this guy. Whenever card leaves your graveyard, draw a card. Interesting. So you get to draw a card off of this. Not too bad. Not a bad deck concept, but will it be good enough here is the question. Cast a 2-drop here. Oh, another one. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so now I'd love to wipe all this away, and I have the raw mana to do so, but I don't have the color, unfortunately. That's a good draw, though. Holy cow, that's a good draw. That's a good draw. I'm just gonna do it for 4 targeting myself with both modes. I'm not gonna kill any of these yet. I don't think that's worth it just yet. I want to set myself up first. Oh my, that's Sowing Mycospawns. Yeah, so I just draw a ring into Sowing Mycospawn, right? I kept the swords. The swords was kind of dumb, but it's fine. I can shuffle those swords away with Sowing Mycospawn. I can even draw the swords, actually, right? I can draw the swords, and then I can use Sowing Mycospawn to get a white source, but I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to obviously get Strip Mine with Sowing Mycospawn, right? I draw 2 cards, that's fine. It's not bad. It's good value, but I have a One Ring, so I'm not too scared. As long as they can't shut off my One Ring, I should be ahead in the long term with card advantage. Nadu. That is wild. Okay, let's see if we draw a white source. Do you have something to target your stuff? They do. They can target their stuff. Not bad. Okay, so technically speaking, you have 4 Nadu activations because you can sacrifice your lands with Sowing Safekeeper. Not tender. So Silver Scapekeeper is annoying because they can like make their things untargetable. So now I kind of have to wipe the board. However, I can use Sowing Mycospawn to I can use Sowing Mycospawn to make them go super low on lands. And I drew the Adarkar Waste. So what I can do is I can kick a Myco. Let's take them off of blue, right? Okay, which creature are they going to target with Sylvan Safekeeper? Target one of those. In response, I'm going to target Nadu. Now I just have to hope that they don't... Because now they're going to remove another land. Now I have to hope that their 2 Nadu triggers this turn, 3 Nadu triggers this turn, don't put too many more lands into play. Maybe I should have targeted the Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay, they immediately find a land. Not bad. Okay. That's not a land. I'll take that. I'm gonna get a... Do I get a strip mine? I think I should get a strip mine, right? No, I should get a white source so I can wipe the board next turn, right? Hold on. Okay, let me think here. Yeah, no, I should get a white source, right? Still have Nadu. They get to go off with Nadu next turn. I might die, honestly. There's a good chance I die. I don't think it... Ugh, this is a hard one. Am I gonna find a white source with the One Ring draw next turn? Should I get a white source now so I don't die? So I can wipe the board next turn? I should probably get a white source now, shouldn't I? Okay, I'll play conservative and get a white source now. Okay. I have 1 grounded blocker, but they have a bunch of flyers. So as if they can pop up with Scythe Cat Cob, Okay. So they're gonna have a big attack in the air, and they're gonna draw a bunch of cards. But can they kill me? That's up to them. We'll see. We'll see what the deck is capable of. Very interested in seeing what Nadu is capable of in Timeless, because obviously there's no way to just infinitely trigger him without that's not tied to at least a resource like your lands. So say if you technically can be activated as many times as you want, but you do have to sacrifice lands every time you do, right? Whereas there's no Shuko, which can just be activated multiple times, or Nomad's End Core, which can just be activated multiple times. That's pretty good. But you didn't find a land, right? So now you have to Sylvan say, oh, that's really good. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be really good, right? Is that gonna be good enough? Probably not, because you don't have a creature that makes mana when it enters the battlefield. Or when a land enters the battlefield. But as long as they keep finding lands, they're good. I need them to not find a land. But they do have a lot of hits, though. I'm probably dead, to be honest. I'm probably dead. They do have a lot of hits. If I survive till my next turn, I win. Well, I don't win. I like kill them pretty much, but I do need to survive. Basically, the question is, can they trigger Sidecraft Cob enough to make these big enough to kill me this turn? And it really just depends on how many lands they hit. Because they have enough creatures to keep triggering their stuff over and over again. But they get 4 looks at lands, and they have to keep drawing lands, essentially. That was a big mistake by them, because that creature had already double triggered this turn with Nadu. So they just wasted one of their triggers. That's really unfortunate for them, but good for me, I'll take it. Another Deathrite, that's fine. They should try to keep this going. They should try to exile their... Oh, what was this? Those don't trigger. Okay, Fatal push my thing, that's fine. If that's what you want to do this turn, I'm happy with that. Is he going to go for the Sylvan Safekeeper or not? I think he should, but I don't know if he will. He will not. Okay, okay, I live. Okay, fine. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this. Good development for me. I'm low, yes. And I do got to be a little careful. But I should make this. Strip mine. There you go. Let's see. So if I wipe for 3, that should do everything. Wrath of the Skies. That's why I got the white source, by the way. Alright, Wrath of the Skies. Should wipe your entire board. Crazy that they didn't go for anything else. Okay. Do I draw cards, though? I think I do. Okay, Ugin is good. Eldrazi Temple. I'm definitely strip mining them, but the question is, do I want to do it with a Mycospawn? Probably not, to be honest. I think I just strip mine them and move on. Okay. I'm going to take a lot of damage from this ring. If they can't deal 1 damage to me, I'm fine. Bowmaster off the top. Watch them have a Bowmaster here. Please just cast Nadu, man. Please. Deathrite, that's fine. Greenstone for 1. Don't know what that gets. Another Deathrite? Sure. That's fine by me. I go down to 1. Oh, thank God, the backup ring. Let's go. Okay, draw cards. It's over now. It's over. Alright, let's see. Where do I start? I start with Eldrazi Temple, I guess. Then I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugin. Then I make mana. Player 1 ring. Ugin activates. Keep this ring. Now I don't die. And now because I'm not going to die, I can probably make it back because I can just gain life with Ugin. I think this game is probably over. But again, you just go up a bunch of mana, you make them go down mana, then you just take over the game like that, right? Sure. Yeah, he probably won't be able to produce enough creatures a turn to make me even scared of losing. I could kill something right now with this. Jugabog. Sure. Exiled his own graveyard. Is that ever good? Is there a reason he did that? Am I missing something? I'm not missing anything, right? He just exiled his graveyard for no reason, right? Temple is good. Add green. Carlos. Kick a Myco. Exile your island. Exile your creature. They're dead. Yep. Kick a Myco, and then I'm gonna just, I don't know, just, do I cast the Nulldrifter there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can cast an Nulldrifter there. So yeah, yeah, the game's over. The game's over there. They're never gonna be able to have a threat in play again, and by the time they manage to like assemble anything, like if they can even, because I'm gonna start strip mining them, I've ultimated Ugin and gotten Crucible of Worlds from my deck and just I start strip mine looping them. So yeah. If this was, again, I say this so many times, if this was just Wasteland and not strip mine, their basics would be safe. But because it's strip mine, I can just strip their basics and they just lose. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's really just bad. Obviously, it's super late game. That's because my deck obviously controls the game until I can do this, but I still think strip mine just doesn't belong in this format. Eldrazi Temple is good, very good, but I think this one's fine. Strip mine is the problem in my opinion. Alright, let's keep moving. What does this do? Opponent goes first. We have Ugin's Labyrinth into Warping Wail, strip mine. Weird hand. I'm gonna keep it, but it's weird. No colors. I'm only keeping this because we have turn 1 Whale. I think I exile Ugin the Spirit Dragon here. He's the least needed card. 2 blues. I'm gonna hold up Warping Wail here. Oh, I like the Adarkar Wastes. That lets me work towards a mana drain. Another island. No play. Well, I could cast the One Ring here. Is it worth stripping them? I think I will. I think I will strip mine them. See what they want to do about it. Dust for discovery. Of course. So they're just mono blue? What the hell, man? What are they playing? Okay, well. Moving on, I guess. Another island. I'm gonna whale here. I'm gonna just start ramping. Start doing something. If they don't want to do anything with their turns, I'll do something with mine. Their Spell Pierce deck. Fading Hope deck. See what they're trying to do. I love that draw. What a draw. That's an amazing draw. That lets me mana drain now. I'm gonna let them impulse. I don't know what their deck is planning to do, but I'm gonna let them impulse. They're a mono blue deck. I don't know what they're planning here. Just passing the turn. Sure. What? Wow, I'm just drawing like I'm drawing out of my mind this game. That lets me One Ring. I'm gonna undo. I'm gonna attack first. I'm gonna cast the One Ring post combat so that if I mana drain something of theirs, I get the mana next turn. Negate. Now they could spell pierce me here. That would suck, but let's just counter that. If they have the spell pierce, so be it. It's fine. We can rebuild. And they have nothing, and they die. Wow, what are they playing? I don't know. Is it because I'm in silver? Likely, so let's try and get out of this rank so that we can play against real decks. Yeah, I'm not even going to analyze what they're playing. They're just playing some mono blue deck. I mean, if they're playing Negate over Counterspell, you already know they're just new to the game, right? So let's just move on. That wasn't a real game. Okay, we go first. We have some good cards. We have Adarkar Wastes for this. We have Eldrazi Temple, which lets us Kozilek's command. Maybe we'll find a 7-drop for the Ugin's Lab. Let's keep this one. We'll start off with Adarkar Wastes. Red. And no play. Interesting. We're now holding up Warping Wail as well. Pretty good. We can even play a One Ring next turn if we wanted to. No play. Gonna Warping Wail. Do they want to waste a removal spell on this? They do. Oh, that's going to the graveyard, by the way, because it fizzled. So they just lost 2 cards, basically, off of that. Now, I could strip mine them and then play Kozilek's command. Or I could empty Ugin's Labyrinth. I think I'd rather strip mine them down to 1 land. Strip mine you back to 1 land, and then I can Kozilek's command end step. Take command. Another 1 ring. I don't need another 1 ring. I need 1. Another Myco. Are they going to do it again? They do not. Drew a mana drain. So now we kind of just have to play our empty Labyrinth, which is a little sad, but that's fine. We're just going to play a 1 ring here. I don't think a deck with 2 mountains can beat a 1 ring from this position when we're at 20 life. So we're just going to do that. Into another Warping Wail. I wonder what they're playing. They're obviously playing some weird non-conventional deck. I don't know how they don't have a 3-drop in reds. Like, what are they doing? But if they don't want to play Magic, that's fine by me. Let's draw some cards. Play with fire on my face. Sure. Scribe to the top. Cavern on Eldrazi. I think I want to Myco. I'm gonna Myco. Oh, wait. I forgot that this adds 2 mana for Eldrazi's. That's crazy. I've completely forgot that. Okay, I'm gonna Myco for... What do I Mycospawn for, then? Mycospawn for another Temple? Hold up Warping Wail? Or do I Mycospawn for an Adarkar Wastes so I can hold up Swords to Plowshare? I think I'd rather hold up Warping Wail. Do I need this? I don't know what I want here, to be honest. I think... Let's get this and hold up Warping Wail. The next turn we can kick a Myco and hold up anything else. This time we get to Warping Wail, next time we can kick a Mycospawn and hold up Mana Drain, maybe. Not that this really matters, because they're not doing anything with their mana anyway, so... What the hell is that? When this creature attacks or becomes the target of a spell and opponent controls, choose 3 damage to each opponent. Exile top 2 cards. Sure. Game is game. Gonna Warping Wail at the end step, make a mana. Probably draw an Ugin here. Oh, there was a chance. Okay, what do I want to play? I think I want to... What do I want to play? I've already used my strip mines, so my Mycos can't actually find strip mines anymore. I guess I could just swords this. I can use this and just cast a Drowner. But at the same time, I kind of want to strip mine. Weird choice to make here. I think I like just casting a Drowner. Just cast a Drowner, make 2 more spawns. I can still Ugin as well, Karn as well. I don't think I'm going to though. No attacks. Against creature decks, you can just cast Drowners. Straight up 7/6. Ask your opponent how they beat it. This thing's gonna deal 3 damage to me when it attacks, but then it's just gonna die, so I don't think they want to actually attack with it. It's just, this has too much... Never mind, I was gonna say it has too much toughness for them to kill it, but I guess they can. What are they playing? Warping Wail would have countered this. Okay, then you frostbite my thing. And then what? You have a play with fire for my other creature, and then what you have tap me for 3. I'm gonna block. I have enough mana. Looking for another ring or an Ugin. Let's see what we can draw here. There's the Ugin. Alright, no Kozilek's command, unfortunately. That would have been nice. I'm just gonna cast it. Right? Yeah, I'm just gonna cast it. This deck, their deck is not doing anything anyway, so I'm just gonna cast it, gain my life. Strip Mine. I don't think Strip Mine is very relevant anymore. I could have held up a blue. I think that's fine. I can make mana here. I don't think I need to. Gonna have to discard a few cards. Let's discard, discard Strip Mine. Let's discard Wrath. Let's discard one of the mana drains, and let's discard one of the drowners. Yeah, sure. It doesn't really matter here because I feel like they're just in a bad position either way. Regardless of what they're doing, they're just in a really bad position. That is the opposite of what my deck's trying to do, is casting small spells, and yeah, that's all their entire turn. That's what I expected. Let's plus. Platinum Angel. Let's play. I'm just gonna play a backup ring. Gonna do that, and we're gonna just win next turn. It's no stress. Hold up a counter spell. Play a Drowner as a land. Hold up a counter spell. They're just dead anyway. Like, I don't have to worry too much. I don't think there's anything they can do that really affects me here. Like, if they point a removal spell at Ugin, I counter it, and then they lose, right? Yeah, weird deck they're playing. Like, Big Red is just not it in timeless, but again, we're in silver, so I forgive them. Let's do it quickly before they concede. Come on, resolve, resolve. Quick. Quick. Ulamog, Ugin, Ugin. That's actually all I need. I guess I'll get all my... Wait, hold on. View Battlefield. How many decks in that cards in the library? Enough. Alright, submit 7. Ugin. Ulamog. This guy. This guy. Play Eldrazi Temple. Add Carlos. Add Carlos. Add Carlos. Add Carlos. Where'd this go? Play this for 10. Fills the mana and the mana drain mana into real mana. I don't care about the order. 19 cards left in library. Alright. For good measures, let's play a Platinum Angel. Sorry, I wasn't talking. I was locked in because I wanted to like cast all of these spells before my opponent concedes, but it appears they don't care. Attack you for 1. Alright, so we have Annihilator 12 on the battlefield. We have a bunch of blockers. We have Platinum Angel. We have to discard 7 cards. I think what cards we discard here is very irrelevant because they are dead next turn. Summit 7. The cards we discard here don't matter. We have a mana drain, so it doesn't actually matter what our opponent draws either. They're just dead. 14 cards left in our library. Frostbite my Planeswalker. Do you know what? You can have it. You can have the moral victory over there. You can do that. That's you pop off, King. You got it. You got it. You can have it. Die. Just die. And I ordered it so that they have to choose Annihilator 1 first before the Annihilator 58 resolves. Yep. Good luck. Because if I had made Ulamog resolve first, this would have just all been sacrificed at once because it's less than 8. The arena would have shortcut it for them, but because the Annihilator 1s are resolving first, they have to choose which land to sacrifice just for maximum torment. Just for maximum torment. GG, dude. And that's what happens when you ultimate an Ugin. So yeah, I got to show you guys, doesn't really matter what your deck is. When you ultimate Ugin, you just win because you have all your colorless things in play. Obviously we're playing one Ulamog the Defiler, but this could be an Emrakul the Promised End. This could be whatever you want it to be honest. Even if it was nothing, even if I just found my other Drowners and just cast them and made 7/7s, 7/6s, that would be good enough. And yeah, GG. It's cool that you can filter this Eldrazi mana into... Wait, what? Oh no, that's just how it looks. You can filter the Eldrazi mana into real mana with Kozilek's command. That's pretty cool. But other than that, that's what you do, and you just keep playing. GG. And we're back for the Postgame Chat. Eldrazi control, still the main. Really good. Obviously, we played in silver today, so it's not a great showing because there's not many people playing. I'm really sorry, I just haven't been grinding Arena. Literally, this is the second day of Eternities being out, and I've just been playing just to record for you guys and make this deck. And yeah, I mostly test Medics and play queue, but obviously I should probably do that in rank now that I'm like demoted all the way down to silver, but whatever. My point is, this deck feels very, very good. From obviously the bias of not playing a lot of games with it. I think it's still pretty good. Won every single game today. It needs to be tuned. I think we want more Ancient Tomb and less white spells. I think I don't need the white spells. I'll say it. I think the white spells aren't what we need. I don't think we need the white spells necessarily. Warping Wail is really good as a remove your turn 1 threat. So if you have an Ancient Tomb on turn 1 anyway and 4 Warping Wails in your deck, they kind of do what Source of Plowshares would have done anyway, which is remove a turn 1 threat. And then later in the game, you have so much mana that Kozilek's command can remove anything you want to remove, right? So we don't really need the white. So I think we're going back to the no white version of the deck. But the problem is when you give up white entirely, you lose Wrath of the Skies, which means you're worse at wiping the board. Which, I don't know, I just feel like... this list has insane potential, but I've not cracked it yet. Obviously, I'm still missing wildcards, but yeah. If I just go over to this list, actually, just real quick, while we're still recording, let's just, like, first of all, let's get out the Gemstone Caverns, because these don't really do anything. I think I would rather have more, like, well, obviously more Ancient Tombs, but for now, I'll just add, more blue sources. So let's do the desert, maybe. The desert that lets you mill. This one, pay 1 life, add a blue. Is that even good, though? Is this even good? Because obviously you can only have 4 Yavimaya Coasts, right? Do we need more green sources? Yeah, I'll figure this out on my own some other time. I don't want to do too much shit right now, but this list looks better because you have more space for more stuff, right? So I think this list looks better. So yeah, we'll keep this list. I'll keep working on that list, but that being said, let's open a pack and end the video. Alright, so we're here with an Edge of Eternities pack. I think I'll be opening Edge of Eternities mainly, even though the packs are pretty bad. I do want to just have a chance at the bonus sheets. So yeah, let's open some Edge of Eternities. When is my next mythic? 21 more, so yeah, let's go. Yep, not a mythic. It's a rare, and no land slot. So yeah, pretty bad pack, unfortunately. Art Enemy's Charm. Oh, this is the regular art. I thought there was only special art for it. Arch Enemy's Charm is a cool card. It's basically the Archmage's Charm, Archdruid's Charm. This is now Arch Enemy's Charm. Exile creature, Planeswalker. Just a straight up removal spell. Pretty good. Return 1 or 2 target creature and or Planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand. So you can basically draw 2 cards by getting 2 creature or planeswalkers back to your hand. That's not horrible. And then put 2 counters on target creature you control against lifelink until end of turn. Obviously only relevant if you have a creature. But I think as an instant spell, this could be good. This could be a good card. I don't think it's going to be like broken, but it's a charm that's legal in Pioneer, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I hope. I wish this sees play. I like the charms. The charms have pretty cool designs, and I can't wait to see. I don't know what the red one's going to be called, or the white one's going to be called. To be honest, the white one is going to be called Archbishop's Charm. 100% Archbishop's Charm. It's going to say gain 5 life. It's going to be gain 5 life. What are the modes on it? Gain 5 life. Then it's going to be exile target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. And then the last mode is going to be... What's the last mode going to be? Gain 5 life, exile target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. And what would I want to see? What's a white effect? Oh, yo, imagine Archbishop's Charm was like destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, or destroy all creatures with power 2 or less. A board wipe that is an art, if that's a charm, that would be sick, but it have to be a very bad board wipe. So it'd probably be like destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater, or destroy all creatures with power 1 or with toughness of 1 or less. But yeah, it would be something like that. But that would be sick, Archbishop's Charm. Hey, you heard it here first. That being said, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Not as long today, I was going to say, but we're already recording for an hour, so yeah, gonna have to edit this down. But yeah, Eldrazi Control, pretty strong deck. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to keep working on the deck, obviously, because I need more Ancient Tombs to make it better. Might make another video on the deck again sometime in the future, because that's kind of my... It's like, Eldrazi Control is kind of one of, like, the control guy decks, if you think about it. Like, the 2 control guy decks, the 2 decks that I've really pioneered in Timeless and that, like, have popped up in other places, even like without me playing them, are Jessica Control with Flage and Eldrazi Control. Those are the 2 ones. Eldrazi Control really doesn't show up as much as Jessica Control used to back in the day. I remember I made the Jessica Control list. I won a lot, so it got featured on like someone on that guy that like shows the timeless metagame, and then everyone was playing Jessica Control. Hey, I felt proud. It was literally my list that was getting passed around, which was sick. But Eldrazi Control not happened as much, obviously, because I don't really play as much at high stakes. And it's really a constant work in progress, because I've not actually had an Eldrazi Control deck yet that I think is complete, that doesn't need any more upgrading, or that won't have any cards go into it anymore, right? So yeah, we have to get there. We will get there. But yeah, that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like it, you know, YouTube stuff, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm the Control Guy, and I have nothing more to say, so I bid y'all farewell. Peace.